Hi, I'm Dana. Welcome to this week's video. Today I want to talk about your child not eating. I get emails from people all the time saying, Dana, my child won't eat. Well, first of all, let's look at that sentence. Your child won't eat. Well, I know that that's not true. And you know that that's not true. Your child does eat. Your child just doesn't eat what you want him to. And so, today I'm going to give you a few tips for making the experience a little more manageable. Now, I'm a firm believer in not forcing kids to eat. I think that is a terrible relationship that you're setting up, that there's some foods that are yucky and I have to eat them, and then there's other foods that are delicious and I get to eat them. It really sends a confusing message to children about what the purpose of food is. So don't force. Now, what you need to do though is, first of all, look at the timing. If you're talking about a toddler here, even a preschooler, they need to eat roughly every 2 hours. So a lot of people let too much time pass, and what happens when a child gets too hungry, they don't eat, or they get so frustrated and their blood sugar drops and they get grumpy and a bit fatigued, and then they just refuse to eat. So you really want to keep an eye on the time. Every 2 hours there should either be a meal or a snack. Tip number 2 is that you should provide some sort of choice around the meal or the snack. A good rule of thumb is 3 things. So maybe snack time, there's some cheese, some bread and butter, and some grapes, let's say. And you put those out in front of your child. That is a really good strategy for toddlers. They like to feel like they're a little bit in control of some situations. Not too much control, that really throws them off, but a little bit of control. So putting out some choice before them and saying, it's up to you. You have whatever you like. You want more grapes? Sure, I'll get you more grapes. You want to just eat the cheese? That's fine too. You want to take the pressure off. The minute you make this a battle of wills, most children, they'll go for it with you, right? My first son, there was no way I could win a battle of wills around food with him, period. And Lord knows I tried. And so you really don't want to get into a battle of wills. If today they eat more cheese, guess what? 5 days from now, they'll probably eat more grapes. You really need to look at what a child eats over the course of a week, not a day, okay? Because they're a little bit different than us. They eat what they need. Sometimes they need more carbohydrates, and sometimes they need more fruits and vegetables. And so they're pretty good at regulating what they need, and we need to trust that. A lot of people get into this mindset that, he's not eating enough vegetables. I have to force vegetables upon him. And you're not trusting your child's body. They're really good. They have not yet developed all the bad habits around food that we have as adults. They're very good at regulating their calories. Another thing you want to keep an eye on is juice and milk consumption. Biggest pitfall for anyone who tells me that their child won't eat, often it's because they're consuming too much fluid. If your child's having 3 huge bottles or glasses of milk in a day, well, that's going to take up at least half of their calorie need. So they don't need to eat as much food now because they've already got the calories from milk or juice. So have a look at that, okay? And change the focus. My firm belief is that you as the parent decide when and what. What time is meals and what will it be? Your child is responsible for deciding if and how much. Okay? And there might be times where they don't choose any of it, and you have to let it go. And know that now there's no food until next snack or meal time, because what a lot of toddlers would do naturally is graze. They want a few crackers here, 20 minutes later they want, about half a banana, and so on. So given the choice, that's what most toddlers would choose, is to graze. So you decide when and what. They decide if and how much, and you really have to back off. And that's hard. I get it. I've been there. I know that that's really hard, but Otherwise you're just going to set up this really negative relationship with food. Every meal and snack is going to be a battle that you feel like you have to fight and win, and it's just not pleasant for anybody. All right, so I hope that helps you today. Thanks so much for watching. Sleep well.